Hey guys, I decided to come to you naked because I want to make a statement for me believing in being real and being raw. Psych. Okay, so obviously I'm in a good mood. But anyways, so let me go ahead and get right into the video. These are 10 benefits of cutting out meat. So I have my notes here. I'll be looking down through, so bear with me. A few things before we get started. This is actually a head wrap, and it is from my good friend. She has a line called Wraptress, and they're these really big wraps. I've worn it on my head before. It's big enough for me to wear on my body, and they're really nice and affordable. So I'm gonna link how to find her products right below. So before we get into it, I do want to have one small disclaimer that I am not judging or downing or criticizing people that eat meat. Since I have stopped eating meat, about to be 2 years coming up in March, I just have had a lot of people ask me, what made me do it? How do I get started? How does it feel? I don't judge. Everybody's different. Everybody's different. If you are a person who has been on the fence about it, thinking about it, wondering what the benefits, wondering how does it feel, these are some nice little benefits that come from not eating meat. So let's get right in. These are in order from greatest, from least to greatest. So 10 is a really nice tip, but number 1 is my most important tip. So here we go. Number 10. Number 10 is hair, skin, and nails. So this is for everybody. It's not just for women. Hair, skin, and nails is really going to glow, and flourish when you cut the meat out. This is a big one. I've never had a problem with it personally, but people who have a lot of acne, if you Google it, they have really benefited when they stop eating meat. It goes down drastically, and that's something no medicine can do. Food is medicine, so when you feed yourself the right things, you'll feel better, and that's what all these tips amount to. Your hair is going to grow more, your skin is going to glow more. It gets really, in the wintertime when it gets really cold, my skin gets real dry and real flaky. But I will say when I stop eating meat, my skin's a little better, so I don't have that much of a problem with it being really dry in the wintertime. Number 9. Number 9 is a lower risk of disease. So you can look it up. People who are vegan or have a plant-based diet are going to lower drastically their chances of getting cancer, their chances of getting heart disease, and drastically lower their blood pressure. And those are the 3 biggest things here. Like the top 2 leading causes of death are heart disease and cancer. So right there, we have the 2 biggest things that this is helping you. With the high blood pressure, I think of diabetes. Diabetes is really prevalent, and you can have high blood pressure. You have high blood pressure before you get diabetes, and then when you get diabetes, you most likely have high blood pressure. So leading a plant-based diet can help you to not ever get diabetes, or if you already have it, it can help you to keep your blood pressure under control. So number 8 is you're going to be sick a lot less. So this is another one that I can attest to. I was a person that when the winter comes, I'm sick, like I'm back to back cold, cough medicines. I used to just always stock up on Family Dollar medicines because I just knew that tis the season. So I have not had to do that. Like I rarely get sick. I think it's just because my immune system is stronger because of the foods that I'm eating. So that's a really nice perk, is not having a cold as much, because that can get in the way of, living your life. Number 7. So number 7 is Number 7 is saving money. These are things that I feel like I have benefited from when I went to a mostly plant-based diet. And I feel as though I saved a lot of money because, 1, eating out ain't cheap. And the way I eat now, I'm gonna say this, people a lot of times say that it's not cheaper. I'm just going to say this because I know there are other factors, food deserts and having children, and that's going to put a different stressor on you getting fresh foods and how much it costs and things like that. However, people like to think they're eating healthy by eating like, you know, the fake meat and the veggie this and veggie that frozen. It's still, even if it's supposed to be this healthy non-meat thing, if it's frozen, if it comes in a freeze dried, if it comes in a bag, if it comes in, you know what I'm trying to say, if it's these special chips or these special breads or special non-meat pizzas or special hot pockets, stuff is still not good for you. Just because it's not meat doesn't mean that it's healthy. Like, I think you got to understand the businesses out here are just going where the trend is. So the trend is, oh, we're going vegan. So they're going to try to put that in the laziest way that they can. So it's still not a healthy food. The way that you want to do it and the way that you're going to save money is when you buy real food. When I go in there, I get real fruits and vegetables right from the produce, and I get real rice and beans and things like that. I don't get it from a can, I get it from a bag. It takes forever to cook, but it's the real deal. That's how I feel like you save money. If you just look for item, chicken, pork, steak, things like that, how much that costs versus getting tofu, versus getting beans, mushrooms. Those are all things that you would want to replace for meat that are better alternatives that cost a lot less. So for me, I save money. Number 6 is for my ladies. So number 6 is for ladies only. This one is, you're going to have a better menstrual experience. So what I mean by that is, it's going to be lighter, it's going to be less of an odor, and there's going to be little to no cramps. I know some ladies who have cramps so bad they can't concentrate, they can't get out of bed, they don't want to go to work, whatever the case may be. This is really going to help you. This is something that has really benefited me when I cut out meat. Like, it's a big plus. Like I said, I personally don't have no cramps no more. Altogether, the cycle is really fast. Altogether, it's just a better experience. And if you can get better with that, why not try it out? Number 5 is one, this is a big one for me. Number 5 is digestion. Girl, let me tell you, I was the kind of person that I never went to the restroom. I would go to the restroom once a week, and I really got to the point where I was counting and documenting, and yes, it was once a week. That's terrible. That disgusted me to think about that. Like, how much I was eating back then, the nasty stuff I was eating back then, the unhealthy stuff I was eating back then, and the fact that I would only go to the restroom and let that toxic stuff out of my body once a week. I knew there had to be so much toxicity still in me, and I just didn't like that. But yeah, so when I cut out and I started eating a plant-based diet, it has really made me regular, and that's so much better. Again, food is medicine, so that's so much better than any kind of pill I took. I used to be on the stuff to mix in your orange juice. I used to take pills, chewies, whatever, because it was a big deal for me. But ever since that, I've started eating better. It just naturally goes the way it's supposed to go. So that's a big one. If that's a problem for you, going too often, going not enough, it's hard to go, whatever the case may be, cutting out meat is really going to help you out. And if you look it up, meat can sit in your digestive tract for days. That's just a nasty concept to me. Just to know that raw, nasty ground beef is just sitting in me and just sitting. I don't like that. But vegetables go right in and out. Vegetables digest a lot quicker. So that's a big thing for that. When you eat in mostly plants, you're gonna have a lot of fiber. There's no fiber in meat. So that's the reason why. So number 4 is saving the planet. So this is one I never quite understood about, like, how being vegan saves the planet. But I did some research, and farming of animals actually is really bad for the environment. So I hope y'all know, when y'all get in that country cock butter and it has the picture of that pretty farm on there with the cows, that's not how farms really look. Farms look like factories almost nowadays. Like, they got these big towers, smoke coming out. Farms let out a lot of greenhouse gases, which are really bad for the environment. The food that it takes to feed the animals uses fertilizers that are bad for the environment. The energy for farms, slaughterhouses, tractors to get around, things like that. The waste that the animals waste emit gases that are bad for the environment. And the fact that it takes up so much land, like the fact that we're clearing out forest to make farm land, because people eat meat. They're taking out forests to make farmland to build more farms. So at the end of the day, I know that people are going to be like, well, it can never get down to zero. That's probably true. However, anything helps, so we can get it down to a point where we don't have to worry about that as much. So it's just like everything else. You are just one person, but you can make a big difference, and you can inspire others to make a big difference with you. So if you've watched my last video, then you know I credit all of my weight loss towards my plant-based diet. I credit all of my weight loss to my plant-based diet, to me cutting out meat, eating more fruits and vegetables, eating, better, cleaner foods. That's what made me lose the weight. So people are always looking to shed some pounds, so that's a good way. If you're going plant-based, if you're cutting out meat and you're doing it the right way, which, like I said before, is not eating all the fake frozen meat that they got and not eating all the fake veggie this and cheese this. If you're eating, you cut out the meat to replace it with, I said, like mushrooms, with beans, with things like that, and you're eating the right way, then you are going to lose weight. So that's a big one. That was effortless to me. Cutting out meat wasn't hard for me. So all the weight that I lost through diet, because diet is the biggest factor in weight loss, it just slid right off because I was eating so much better. Number 2 is more energy. So you are going to have more energy. You are not going to feel itis and tired. I don't feel like that. When I get done eating, it's such a good feeling. I used to eat so much to where I just want to like pass out, want to lay down, and I feel down, and I feel bloated, and I feel nasty, and I feel fat, and I feel greasy. I would. And I know that y'all know what I mean. When I eat something that's not good and you eat too much of it, you start to just feel like bad. Yeah, but that doesn't happen. When I eat the stuff that I eat now, when I get done with a meal, I feel good. Like, it all goes full cycle. When I get done with eating the meal, I feel like walking, or I feel like moving. I don't know. I feel I have energy. The food literally does what it's supposed to do, which is give me fuel and give me energy to go. Like, I can make it through the day. I don't need no nap. After I eat, I feel energized. Like, that's how food is supposed to make you feel. You're not supposed to have itis. There should be nothing called the itis. Like, that's so funny. But in our actuality, it's not good. It's due to eating stuff that we shouldn't be eating. Our body don't know how to process certain stuff because it's not even real food. It's chemicals, and we're just causing this to go slower and slower. So you are going to have a lot more energy. You're going to be able to make it through your day. You're going to be able to put down that coke because you don't need no caffeine. When you start eating better, you're going to be able to, that's how I have the energy to go to work and then do this video afterwards. Number 1. So we've made it. Thank you. Thank you for making it to this point with me. The number 1 tip, the number 1 best benefit to cutting out meat is mental health. When I say this is the reason why I cut it out, I would stop eating meat for 2 weeks, like on a bet type thing. And in those 2 weeks, I felt so much better. In those 2 weeks, like, I have really bad anxiety. I have depression. And when I tell you, in those 2 weeks of me cutting out meat, I can dang near say that it's cured. And that's a big statement to say, and I was reluctant for a long time to say it because I don't have no science to back it up, and I don't want people to feel like that I'm trying to push that no meat agenda on them. But this is my truth, and I want y'all to know this. Like, cutting out meat really cured that. Cutting out meat really helped me to clear my mind. And don't get me wrong, I still feel angry, I still feel sad, I still feel whatever. But if you struggle with anxiety and depression, you won't have what you understand what I mean. And what I mean is that hopeless, overwhelming feeling of just like dread, and everything is terrible and nothing in the world can make it right, and just like feeling out of control. I have not felt that way since I cut out meat. That's a huge one. So if y'all don't take nothing else home, even if you don't have anxiety or nothing like that, I feel like because it did so much for me, it can definitely help the average person to just clear their mind, to just feel lighter and brighter. And it sounds weird that your food, well, it used to sound weird to me that your food could have anything to do with your mind. But I'm telling you, what you eat is going to make you the difference of you scrolling on your phone and just going to sleep and watching TV. And me, I feel like I want to get up. I feel like I want to go to the gym. I feel energized. I feel light. I don't feel heavy. I don't feel bogged down. I don't feel sleepy. I don't feel tired. I feel like I have energy. And that's what the difference of food does for you. And your food is also your mindset. Like, I ain't trying to be the other, like, I'm a conspiracy theorist. I'm not trying to have that be in this video, but they put stuff in our food to mess with our mental, to make us feel like unmotivated, to make us feel like lazy, to make us feel angry. Eat the right foods, eat the real food. Now, eating at me has been able to clear my mind so I can get good thoughts in. So I'm not saying that it made me think better, but it cleared out the cloud so that I could put in good things into me, and now I have a better outlook on all things. So what you eat is literally who you are. That's why they made that up. It's the truth. What you eat is going to go into your energy levels, is going to go into your mental health. You're going to feel much better, think much better, do much better, overall health, live longer when you eat a plant-based diet. I'm telling y'all, if you're on the fence about it, if you've been thinking about it, go ahead and do it. And what's to try it out for a month and see how you feel and see if you like that. If you have a plant-based diet, do me a favor in the comments, tell me what's the best benefit you've had and how long have you been not eating meat. And if you're not on a plant-based diet, then tell me which of my tips is the one that appealed to you the most. Which one's having you think, I might just try it. Please support me by subscribing, liking, sharing to your friends. And like I always say, teach, love, and inspire every day wherever you go. I don't care if it's the cashier, your sister, whatever the case may be. Teach, love, and inspire everywhere, wherever you go. And from Mani to you with love. Peace out.